Welcome back to WEFM's 3 p.m. news brought to you with the kind compliments of Commando Limited. I am your presenter, Rajiv Providence. First, on the local scene, since Vincent and the Grenadines has reported yet another COVID-19 death, taking the nation's death toll from the virus to 106. The deceased is an unvaccinated 92-year-old female with underlying conditions who tested positive for COVID-19 on February 11, 2022, and was admitted to the isolation ward at the Milton Cato Memorial Hospital. She died on the 21st of February 2022 of COVID-19 pneumonia. There were 4 new rapid antigen cases reported as well as 2 new COVID-19 recoveries, leaving active cases of the virus at 61. COVID-19 hospitalizations currently stand at 3. Since March of 2020, there have been 6,737 PCR COVID-19 cases reported here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The Girl Guides Association of St. Vincent and the Grenadines joins 152 member countries and 10 million members of the World Association of Girl Guides and the Girl Scouts in celebration of World Thinking Day 2022, the most momentous day on the Girl Guide calendar. The theme for World Thinking Day 2022 is Our World, Our Equal Future, the Environment and Gender Equality. Mrs. Laura Brown, Chief Commissioner of the local association, shared that World Thinking Day is celebrated on the 22nd of February every year. She further highlighted that this year's theme was a result of data collection by the World Association of Girl Guides and Girl Scouts. On International Day of the Girl 2020, the World Association of Girl Guides and the Girl Scouts asked the Girl Guides and Girl Scouts under 18 years from 100 countries what issues they were most concerned about and what they wanted to change about the world. From this data, the number one worry is the environment. And so the World Thinking Day theme from 2022 to 2024 will be Our World, Our Future for Girl Guides and Girl Scouts to become environmentally conscious leaders. In recognition of World Thinking Day, Bim Bims, Brownie Guides, Girl Guides, Ranger Guides, Young Leaders, and the Guiders wore their uniforms today to mark the special occasion. Additionally, several brownie packs, guide companies, and ranger units completed cleanup campaigns and tree planting initiatives across the length of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Still on the local scene, a project encompassing the 13 communities making up the Bookman area relevant to Bookman Day, inclusive of Beaumont, could see St. Vincent and the Grenadines joining the 131 countries around the world that have biosphere reserves. The holistic management and sustainable development of the Bookman Valley Biosphere Reserve project was launched in Kingstown on Monday under the UNESCO Man and the Biosphere MAP program. Janelle Henry Rose, Secretary General of SPG's National Commission for UNESCO, said that the MAP program aims to achieve a better and more sustainable future.
It is basically to achieve better and more sustainable future for all. So that is what this MAP program is about. So the interaction of humans with their environment and how we must keep the environment well preserved for future generations. So it addresses challenges that are experienced in various ecosystems, such as climate change and biodiversity loss, just to name a few. The program also zeroes into communities, different environments, habitats, the social issues, the natural issues in the environment, rivers, the mountains, the way they're located, what lives there, birds, what sort of birds, all these things are taken into consideration.
That was Secretary General of SPG's National Commission for UNESCO, Ms. Janelle Henry Rose. She said that getting the UNESCO Biosphere Reserve designation would take between 1 and 10 years. On the news in the region, St. Martin's Minister of Public Health, Social Development and Labour, Umam Opi, announced that they will begin transitioning into the endemic phase of COVID-19. The minister stated that recently the word endemic is being used as a term to reference fitting the pandemic. Minister Otley stated that misconceptions about the word endemic may encourage misplaced complacency. He further stated that entering into the endemic phase of the SARS-CoV-2 virus doesn't mean that COVID-19 will come to a natural end, and that it just means the virus will now be considered an endemic infection, one in which several rates are static, not rising, not falling. He said that they have been working on policies to shape the years to come, and that these policies continue health, hygiene measures, and individual behavior will determine what form the endemic COVID-19 takes. Suriname will from Monday lift the curfew imposed as part of the measures aimed at curbing the spread of the COVID-19 pandemic that has killed 1,310 people and infected over 77,000 others in Suriname since March of 2020. Suriname's Health Minister Amar Ramadan also announced that the codes have also been modified with Code Black no longer applying to hospitals, and as far as COVID-19 is concerned, while Code Purple has been reduced to Code Orange. He says maintaining the lockdown makes no sense now because the curfew does not make any additional contribution to the current wave. The authorities said that the ban on people gathering has been increased from 10 to 50, but that parties remain prohibited and that clubs, among other things, are still not allowed to open. Suriname's Justice and Police Minister Kenneth Amotsby and Police Commissioner Orlando Jacob said that as a result of the new measures, the authorities will step up their control and enforcement. And finally, on the international scene, the submarine internet cable connecting Tonga to the rest of the world has been repaired. 5 weeks after an underwater volcanic eruption hit the tiny Pacific island nation. The January 15th eruption and tsunami caused wide destruction, killing 3 people and damaging hundreds of homes. In the immediate aftermath, the country was cut off from global reach because the underwater cable had been severed. Makeshift satellite services provided only limited communication links, while some low-grade internet services were set up about a week after the explosion. A fast connection was still lacking as aid and other supplies began to arrive at the islands. The 840-kilometer undersea cable connecting Tonga to Fiji has been its sole source of reliable internet. This has been WEFM's 3 p.m. News. I have been your presenter, Rajiv Providence. Join us again at 5:30 for WEFM's Evening News. WEFM's 3 p.m. News is brought to you with the kind compliments of Kabbalah Limited.
Good, 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 good. Well, the computer service there. See that?